Friends, welcome to Sri Sai IT Hub. In this video of Core Java Programming, we are going to discuss the following topic: single inheritance in Java classes. And this concept is related to types of inheritance. So first of all, let us start with types of inheritance and we'll get into the definition of inheritance. So what is inheritance? So inheritance, getting properties. Properties means data members and functionality. So getting properties and functionality. Functionality means methods from existing class into new class is called inheritance. So getting data members and methods from existing class into new class is known as inheritance. So let us take an example for this. Class A, let us say this is existing class, and we'll take class B, which is new class. So whatever the properties and methods which are available in existing class A will be available to new class B. So this is called as inheritance. Okay, so we can also say it like this: getting or acquiring properties and methods from existing class into new class is known as inheritance. So here existing class is known as parent class or superclass or base class. Parent class, superclass or base class. And the new class is known as child class. Parent, child. Superclass, subclass, base class, derived class. So these are the alternate names which are given to base class, superclass, parent class, and new class, derived class, subclass, child class, respectively. Okay, right? So let us take, okay, one small example for this. Okay, so example goes like this. Let us say that you have class A and class B. So in class A, let us say you have X, Y data members and display method. Okay, or let us take this as M1 method. And then in class B, let us say that we have P, Q and M2 method. Okay, so from base class, these are inherited to the subclass. Now how this is done? Okay, so class B extends A. So extends is the keyword using which we can perform the inheritance. Okay, so extends is the keyword to perform inheritance. So class B extends A. So from base class, X, Y, M1 are inherited to subclass. Okay, so in subclass we have X, Y, M1, P, Q, M2. So hence subclass is more powerful than base class. So subclass is more powerful than base class or super class. So just to create an object of subclass, we can access all the. So here subclass is more powerful than base class. Okay. So just create an object of subclass. Okay. And access both base class members and also subclass members. We can access both base class members and subclass members. Okay, right? So example goes like this: b obj is equals to new b. Just create an object of subclass, and using subclass object we can access x, we can access y, we can access m1 method, and also we can access its own subclass members. Obj dot p, next obj dot q, obj dot m2 method. So using subclass object object obj, we can access x, y, m1 base class members. Okay, so these are base class members, and p, q, m2, these are subclass members. So subclass is more powerful than base class because it has more data members and more methods which are inherited from base class also. Okay, right? So subclass is more powerful than base class. So reason you can give it like this: it has more data members and more methods. Okay, right. So now coming to types of inheritance. Okay, so types of inheritance. So depending on base classes, number of base classes, and number of subclasses. Okay, so we have different types of inheritance. Okay, so we have 5 types of inheritances. Okay, so inheritance in Java. So depending upon number of base classes and number of subclasses, we have 5 types of inheritance in Java. So first one is single inheritance. Second one, multi-level inheritance. Third one, hierarchical inheritance. Hierarchical inheritance. Fourth one, hybrid inheritance. And fifth one, okay, multiple inheritance. Okay, so multiple inheritance is not possible with classes, but it is possible with interfaces concept. Okay, so it is not possible with classes, but it is possible with interfaces. Okay, so it is possible with interfaces concept, but it is not possible with classes concepts. So let us start with first one, single inheritance. So how single inheritance is done in Java program? So let us try to understand that. So single inheritance, okay, right? So here singles base class gives derivation to single subclass. So single base class gives derivation to single subclass. So example goes like this. Let us say that you have class A. Okay. So in class A, let us say that you have x, y, m1 method. Okay. And then it will be giving derivation to single subclass. Class B extends A. Let us say that in subclass we have P, Q, data members, and M2 method. Okay. Right. So from base class X, Y, M1 are inherited to subclass B. Okay. So they are also available to subclass B. So just create an object of subclass. Okay. So here create an object of subclass B. Okay. Right. So subclass is more powerful than base class. So get it something like B obj is equals to new B. Okay. So using the object of subclass, we can access X, we can access Y, we can access M1 method, which are base class members. And similarly, using the object of subclass, we can also access its own members, which are P, Q, M2. Okay. So this is what is all about single inheritance. Okay. Right. So let us try to implement this in the form of a program. So we'll take program single inheritance example1 .java. So program to demo single inheritance, single base class giving derivation to single subclass. Right. Take a new page. First write the comments. Right. So let us take class A. In class A, we'll take two data members X and Y. We'll take void M1. Okay. Right. So let us take class B. Right. So we have to say extends A. So extends is the keyword using which we are going to perform inheritance of base class to subclass. And then int P comma Q, two data members, void M2 method. Right. So now let us take the main class single inheritance example 1. And then we'll write the main method. Public static void main string of args. Right. So let us save this program in our working directory. So save it as single inheritance example1 .java. Right. So now in base class M1 method will display x and y values system dot out dot println base class A. Okay. Right. So here will display x value plus x, and then we'll display y value plus y. So similarly, we'll also take M2 method subclass. So in subclass, we'll write it as subclass B. Okay. Right. So subclass B will display P value plus P, and then Q value plus Q. Right. So come to the main class. So subclass is always more powerful than base class because it has both base class members as well as subclass members. So from the base class A, X, Y, M1 are inherited to subclass. Okay, so subclass contains X, Y, M1, P, Q, M2. All are accessible through subclass object. So come to the main class, main method. Just create an object of subclass obj new B. So using obj we can access X, will initialize it to 10, obj.y 20, obj.m1. Right, so let us compile and run till here, accessing the base class members. Okay, accessing base class members. Okay, right, so open the command prompt, go to your working directory, compile the program. Java C single inheritance example1.java. Compile and then run it. So base class A, X, Y, 10, 20 are accessible through subclass object without creating base class object. Next, similarly, we'll access subclass own members. Okay, so accessing subclass members, P will take it as something like 100, Q will take it as something like 200, and call M2 method. In M2 method, we are displaying the values of P, Q respectively. Let's save the program. Come to the command prompt, recompile and rerun. So base class members and subclass members P, Q, 100 and 200. Okay, so this is how subclass members are more powerful than base class. Yeah, subclass object is more powerful than base class object because it can have more data members and more functionality. Functionality means methods. Right, so one small note point here. The note point goes like this: without creating an object of base class using subclass object, we can access both base class members and subclass members. So this is what is all about inheritance, types of inheritance, and single inheritance in Java classes. Single base class giving derivation to single subclass, and extends is the keyword using which we are going to perform the inheritance. Thank you for watching this video. Do like and share this video, and also subscribe to the YouTube channel Sri Sai IT Hub. Have a nice day.